your entitlements?
Honorable, I do, but I'm saying that I need to be sure of all the entitlements, and then I'll give you a list of them.
Who determined that the entitlement that you receive? Who determined them?
It is determined by the Office of the Head of Civil Service.
Why not determined by the management of the ministry? Answer the question. Why not this one determined by the office, the Minister of Information?
Mr. Chairman, I think his response earlier, he indicated that the work plan for COVID-19 response includes allowances approved by the Ministry of Health. So I think he's missing that point. So it was not approved by management, as it were, to pay themselves that allowance, but the work plan sent to Ministry of Health approval. That is a mother ministry for COVID-19 response, includes allowances that were paid. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Anything relating to benefit to employees is determined by the head of civil service and approved by, determined by head of civil service, approved by Ministry of Finance. So, Ministry of Health cannot approve that. They can only approve whatever plan that relate to expenditure, specifically relate to the COVID. But if individuals, workers are benefiting, for instance, the allowances for frontline health workers was determined by the Ministry of Health, but eventual approval was the Ministry of Finance. So if they are also to take risk allowance, it should be approved by the Ministry of Finance. That is the point I want to derive, for you to know that the Health Ministry has no power to approve. It's the Ministry of Finance that has power to approve.
Mr. Chairman, you are right, but on this basis, for the COVID response, all the action plans and its related matters were forwarded to the Ministry of Health for approval from the Ministry of Finance, because they themselves, the monies expended on the COVID-19 response, were finally approved by the Ministry of Finance. So I'm sure flowing from that, they also gave the downward approval to ministries, agencies, and departments who were part of the COVID-19 response operations.
Members of Parliament were also working during the COVID period. Honorable Minister, were you paid any risk allowance?
I wasn't an MP then, Mr.
You were not MP then? 2021.
2021.
Oh, yeah. Honorable Park, were you here at that time?
Yes.
Were you paid any risk allowance?
Honorable Chairman, no. Not even a peswa. Not even a peswa, Mr. Chairman.
Auditors, the officer is saying that the amount has been approved for them. Do you have any evidence to that effect? Have they shown you any approval letter or whatever?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. We can confirm that we've seen the approvals and no objections from the World Bank for them to proceed to implement the annual work plan. Thank you.
Did this information go to you before this report or after?
Honorable Chair, it was after.
So we can proceed.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Let's go to the next one. Unsupported payment of allowances. This is also allowances. Is this also approved? Auditors?
Yes, Honorable.
So this has also got your attention after the reports?
Indeed so, Honorable Chair.
Director, is it Policy Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, PPME? Why
Yes,
did you
sir.
decide to provide them with all the relevant information after the audit?
Honorable Chair, thank you so much. Honorable Chair, at the time the audit team arrived at our ministry, there was a para-auditing that was happening. At the time, that other team had taken all documentation away, and we actually mentioned it to them. They called them and confirmed that. So we had to retrieve those documents from that team, and then we forwarded them to the new audit team.
And this took how long?
A couple of weeks, sir.
Paragraph 310, Honorable Isaac.
Thank you, Chairman. Honorable Minister, Deputy Minister, your ministry took special interest amounting to 529,229 Ghana cedis for various COVID programs and activities. And so far, 13,980 has not been accounted for. Have you accounted for the outstanding amount?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's been duly accounted for.
Have you shown evidence to the auditors?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It is.
Auditors, are you in a position to confirm?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Chairman, we are good to go.
Paragraph 313, Honorable Apak.
Grateful, Mr. Chairman. Absence of performance bonds. Your ministry engaged the services of 2 companies, named here as Modern Security Printers, Ghana Limited, and Densu Aegis Network, Ghana Limited. According to the auditors, they didn't cite performance bonds, and they believe that in the event of non-performance, government wouldn't have a basis to insist on performance by the 2 contractors or companies. They have recommended that a chief director should always demand performance guarantees to cover the period of the entire contract from contractors, suppliers, vendors, per the terms of the contract. That's a recommendation. Are you now doing that?
Yes, we are.
Mr. Chairman, they are now abiding by the recommendation.
Honorable Yusuf.
Chairman, thank you. So I want to find out from them why you didn't insist to get the performance bond before allowing them to do the work. Why? Because it's a breach of the law.
Honorable Chair, Honorable, you are very right. But I believe what happened was a complete omission, which the ministry took note of. And we actually have affirmed from subsequent contracts that those documentation are received before we proceed. So thank you.
I'm not talking about subsequent contracts. I'm talking about this particular contract. But has it been well executed?
Yes.
The first part. And the second part is, why did you decide on your own to breach the law?
Honorable Chair, I mentioned that it was an omission, and that
At what point do you
omission-
consider omission to be a breach of the law? What point do you consider an omission to be a breach of the law? I'm saying to you that you have breached the law. Instead of you to say that you have breached it and perhaps give an explanation, you are trying to dodge that answer. Because this is what we are seeing, and people want to use COVID as an excuse to breach the law. When COVID started, government came to parliament, the laws that we were supposed to rearrange, we did all that. And so there's no any excuse to breach any law, and then you come and say that because of COVID or because of emergency or because of omission, omission, whatever it is, a law was breached. And once the law was breached, somebody should be held liable. Don't you think so?
Honorable Chair, we've taken the recommendations in good faith.
You see, my friend is trying to dodge you. Anyway, I mean, let's ensure that going forward we do the right thing. But just to tell the chief director, yes, when she was introducing herself, she didn't add that she's the Kanape Wuche, the Queen Mother from the Bole traditional area. I think it's important. It's a very big title, and the people revere you and they give the title to you. Attach it to your names as you move forward. You are highly respected in the community, and I should say it here. Thank you.
Okay.
The name is
Kanape
Wuche. Kanape Wuche. That's not for you.
You know what is here, what is meant.
Paragraph 319, Honorable Akwesi Konedu.
Chairman, thank you very much. Deputy Minister, welcome. With your ministry. Slide. Chairman, this has to do with unsupported payment. And you fail to comply with Regulation 78 of the PFM regulation, which requires you to have documentations to support activities that you do and even services that you provide. And in this instance, an amount of 4,368,000 Ghana cedis, 885, which represent two items. One for the provision of educational materials, that is posters and educational materials, A4 sheets, and also the provision of public education on COVID-19 safety protocols for schools. The auditor said he cited the distribution list of all the posters and those materials. But for the educational purposes aspect, the public education, they had no evidence to that. And that failure to provide such evidence to support the execution of that contract, a recovery of that amount should be made from the Chief Director and paid into the Accountant General's recovery account. Has there been evidence to support that and shown to the auditors as such?
Okay, thank you. Honorable Chair, we have submitted the supporting documents to the auditors.
Chief Director, from the way my colleague introduced you with the title, I just can't push. But with the document, no, I'm showing reverence and respect, but that will still have to go to the Queen Mother. But with the documents, are you also able to confirm to us that the education went on?
Yes, please. The education went on, and the documents, the report has been submitted to the auditors. Everything went on. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Essentially, it's okay. Auditors, can you please confirm that these education on COVID-19 was actually done and the evidence shown to you as such?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm the activities took place. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Chairman, why Sule promised a borehole?
Borehole, and that's not been delivered.
Sir Sule, I learned you promised Queen Mother a borehole and you've not delivered. I will be her advocate today. Chairman.
Chairman, where is this coming from? The community.
But you introduce her as Canopy Wuchi.
The community wants a borehole, and I'm going to do it.
Oh, okay. Senior Sule will deliver.
The community, the borehole will be drilled as soon as possible.
Yes. With assurance, we are here.
All right. So that will be all for Ministry of Information. You are discharged. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Are you the chairman for the Ghana Enterprises Agency?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Hey! So then let me take. No, okay. You can't sit in. You can't sit in. Is that a Minister of Trade? But you are the board chairman. Let's have a Minister of Education. Minister of Education. Honorable Deputy Minister, kindly introduce yourselves to the committee.
Good morning, Chair and committee members and everybody. I'm Kingsley Nyako, MP for Kwadaso, Deputy Education Minister in charge of TVET. I'm with my Finance Director.
Let them introduce themselves.
Okay, sure.
Honorable Chair, I am Nana Dr. David Anand Boni. I'm the Director for Finance. Also say Oman Krado for Gombwe Kropon in the Gombwe traditional area.
Honorable Chair, good morning. My name is Inu Seshirazu, Chief Planning Officer with Ministry of Education.
You're welcome. You have two issues. The first one, paragraph 288, to be taken by the ranking member.
Thank you. The infraction here is that you have to refund a surplus COVID funds of 7.7 million. 7.7 million. The Ministry of Education were given 340 million to do fumigation and other preparations as a result of the emergency reopening of the schools directed by the President. After the exercise, the auditors noticed that an amount of 7.7 million was not utilized and should therefore be refunded to the Auditor General's account. Has that been done?
The Chairman, so the evidence before us is that the 7.7 million amount that has to be refunded is not, accurate or is out of place, because when the
Minister, please allow the technical people to answer.
Okay.
So my question is, the auditors have recommended that you have surplus funds of 7.7 million and that it should be refunded. Has it been refunded?
Honorable members, no, because we have a contrary view to the position of the auditors.
Oh, okay, state it. State your
view. We're very good friends. And I must also state that this is one of our inheritance. As such, we are always speaking to the documents before us.
I don't get you. Can you restate what you are saying?
Yeah, the issue before us here, the current management or the current leadership of the ministry inherited all this issue. And therefore, we are speaking to the documents.
Okay, we are listening to you. We are listening to you.
At the initial audit process, some vouchers were omitted from the list presented to the auditors. That indicated a shortfall.
How do you know that some vouchers were omitted?
Please.
Yes, it's in the records.
Allow him to talk.
So say that the records show.
The records
now
show.
you are speaking as if you were there when you told the committee that you inherited it.
Thank you, Honorable.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
The records show that there was an omitted voucher which was later discovered and given to the auditors. They testified that it was a legitimate expenditure within and for COVID activities. Unfortunately, when they finished, the final report was that we should still refund that money. When you add up that omitted voucher to the already existing vouchers, the expenditure even exceeds what Ministry of Finance actually remitted to the ministry. And therefore, we had a different opinion that since we have even incurred more than what Ministry of Finance gave us,
are you reading?
We are not in a position to refund that money to the same government.
Okay. Auditors, can you confirm what they are saying?
Indeed, Honorable Chair, we reviewed the document, the payment voucher, that was the amounting to 29,977,702 Ghana cedis. And we concluded that although the amount was used in the fumigation of senior high schools and special schools, the contract was not to be financed by COVID-19 funds. The entire contract, which was 41,977,702, was expected to be financed by the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GET Fund.
All right, but it was, so what you are saying is that the funds were supposed to be paid for this particular omission was supposed to be paid for by GET Fund, but they have used COVID funds to pay. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Okay. For me, I think even though it is an infraction, all right, but they've paid 400 and something million to do the fumigation by the COVID fund anyway. There's one invoice that had been omitted, and that was supposed to be paid by GET Fund. It has not been paid, and it has been paid by COVID Fund. So long as you are satisfied that the job has been done, I'll leave the rest to Chairman.
Chairman, thank you very much. The stories are not aligning for me. Now, the ministry is saying that even though they did not submit the invoice for purposes of the special audit at the time the team arrived, they discovered later on that they had even overspent. Now, did the ministry apply to the Ministry of Finance for the additional monies that they expended to be remitted to them?
Honorable, the records actually going through the contract, there was no indication that GET Fund was to pay. What actually happened was that it was GES that awarded the contract. After the execution of the contract, they forwarded the bill to the ministry to pay. So the ministry forwarded it to GET Fund for them to help. GET Fund could only pay 12 million out of the 41 million because only 12 million was available in their disbursement formula. So they had to return the difference to the ministry. And you know, GES and Get Fund are all babies of the ministry. So the debt squarely fall on the ministry to pay. And that is why the ministry paid.
That is not the issue. You have told the committee that you have a contrary opinion to the opinion conveyed by the auditors in the official report. And that is that you are not liable to pay the amount involved. Especially so because you have even overspent above that invoice. And I'm asking you, when you discovered that you spent more than it was noted down, did you apply for you to be paid the difference?
Honorable, under the exigency of the COVID, on the pandemic, the ministry and the issues concerning the children in school, the ministry had to find money anywhere to meet presidential directives, with the hope and assurance that Ministry of Finance will reimburse them. That is why they paid.
Hold on. Honorable Minister, you see, the loopholes we are discovering that people took advantage of and spent money without recourse to law, it's very serious. You listen to his language, exigencies of the time. So procedural requirements were waived and things were done haphazardly. Public funds have gone down. He's just told the committee whimsically that because we discovered that we overspent, that is why we are not liable to pay the finding of fact made by the auditors. Meanwhile, as an entity, you are supposed to respond formally to the audit findings and give reasons why you think that the finding of fact by the auditors cannot be the case. That wasn't done. You are before this committee this morning and saying that you hold a contrary opinion, whimsically like that. No formal communication. So the money is involved, we should allow it to go.
Mr. Chairman, even though, as you did say, Rankin said, I'm new in the ministry, but facts are facts. I mean, you need to speak to evidence captured on documents. I think with respect, I'm diametrically opposed to issues being raised by my good friend, Roxanne de Femapo. Nothing whimsical has been done. Nothing untoward has been done by the ministry. The issue, with respect.
Hold on, Honorable Minister, I am not speaking my opinion. I am speaking to matters contained in the official report by the Auditor General.
I agree with you.
So if the ministry had a contrary opinion pursuant to the Audit Act, there's a procedure under law that after the audit is done, within 30 days, you are supposed to respond to the management issues raised. That wasn't done.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm only talking about issues suggesting that something untoward has been done, using words like whimsical and all that. But the point I'm making is that explanation has been offered. They fingered that 7+ million cedis has been refunded. They needed an explanation to that. And the ministry has offered explanation. And the auditors here did confirm that indeed there was a missing voucher to the tune of about 29 million. That one has been confirmed. And the ministry is saying that GES had a contract of 41 million plus. And we all know that GES and Get Fund are all agencies under the Ministry of Education. So GES sent the invoice to the ministry to pay. The ministry also sent it to Get Fund and only got about 12 billion. The outstanding, that 7 million that is being questioned, was taken from the Fee Senior High School account at the Bank of Ghana, and evidence has been provided. What I want to say is that...
Was this evidence given to the auditors?
I'm sure it has been done. Even there's an attachment, I think, that I've seen myself. But the point I'm making is that...
Hold on, now, Minister. Auditors, can you confirm that...
Paul.
No, that's how we do this. Auditors, can you confirm that you got the evidence of the monies taken from the free senior high account?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we got the PV of 29 million plus, which was missing. Thank you.
At what time was this given to you? During the audit?
Yeah. After the audit, Honorable Chair.
After the audit. Okay, Honorable Minister, proceed.
So, the point I'm making is that the issue under question has been addressed by the ministry. And as Rankin said, this is not injurious. Oh, I'm saying this is not injurious because no monies have been misappropriated. The fact is that the 7 million...
We made that determination, Honorable Minister.
Sorry?
The injury or non-injury to the law is the determination of this committee to make. And not yours.
I yield to you. I yield to you, my good friend.
I think we have stretched this too long, so I will not allow any further decision.
Yes. There was more. Yes.
That's what?
Now you see, I've made you to give me opportunity.
I have not even called you. I only asked. So how much is the amount spent by the ministry to cover the fumigation, which was not actually from the COVID account?
Honorable, everything was from the COVID fund. The other sources may be the goods and services, because the life of our children was concerned, was the matter in issue.
Let's move to paragraph 296, Vice Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And now here's another fumigation. Yes, you were given 124 million for fumigation. Then you contracted Zoomland. Level was 23 million. Then you used 20 million of trees and other amounts. Then what we had left over was 3.3 million. And you decided to give that 3.3 million to special schools across the country.
My honorable friend, my sympathies to you and your family on the demise of your, 12 years demise of your brother. Honorable Chairman.
Just go to the point and answer the question.
It's my very good friend. Unlike Honorable Park, he's my very good friend. Honorable Chairman, with your kindest indulgence, when I was going through the Auditor General's report, the COVID-19 report, I saw this infraction. Unfortunately, it seems to me GS had not seen it. So yesterday, I forwarded it to the Director General. It seems we don't have the response here. So I'm just craving on your indulgence to reschedule GES because I sent it to him last night, but I didn't get any, and the Director of Finance.
But, sir.
Okay, so Chair, the indication we are getting from the auditors is that money has been paid. has been refunded. That's what they are saying. So if they can confirm to that.
Are you withdrawing your first application?
Yes, please, with respect. With respect, because I didn't get feedback from them. With respect, I do. This is the latest and fresher development from them.
From the auditors. From the auditors.
So you, who is at the ministry, don't even know, but the auditors know.
Yeah, maybe.
Or the elevator to your office is spoiled, so they can't reach your office.
I said, I sent them the report
Yeah.
for their feedback. And
Okay.
I didn't get anything from them.
So auditors, you are asking for the money to be refunded into the Auditor General Recovery Account. Can you confirm that recovery has been made into the account?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Okay.
On 31st August 2023, the 3.37750 was paid into the Auditor General's recoveries account.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's fine. Honorable Isaac.
Chairman, I just want to find out from the Honorable Minister whether indeed the contract was for all schools, both public and private.
Honorable, as the Honorable Minister started with, we are yet to get details of those transactions from GES.
I mean the contract, even before the execution was done. I just want to know, the contract you issued, was it to cover all schools in Ghana, public and private?
I am informed all schools.
Chairman, I'm asking that question because I also have a school somewhere, and
we actually don't have the GS here, or do we have the GS here? We don't have them here.
Chair, the GS is not here.
So they might not be able to.
Give the details.
The ministry will not be able to respond to this question.
If you want some for your school, just apply. What's your problem?
All right. So, Honorable Member, that will be all for Ministry of Education and the Ghana Health Service. Honorable Minister, you are discharged. So now have Ministry of Energy. Order. Honorable Deputy Minister, kindly introduce yourselves to the committee.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is Honorable Collins Adoma Comensa, MP for Efija Kwabre North and the Deputy Minister of Energy.
Good morning, Chairman. My name is Isaac Nsakubaini, Director in charge of Policy Planning, Budget and Monitoring Evaluation at the Ministry of Energy.
Honorable Member, there's too much noise at the table. Why?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is Dr. Ebenezer Tego. I'm the Deputy Chief Executive in charge of Finance for VRA.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is Engineer David Boria Samoa, the Deputy Managing Director, Commercial Services, ECG.
Good morning, Honorable Chairman. My name is Samuel Yi Atta, Director of Finance, Electricity Company of Ghana, and also John Twain of Aberdunko in the Central Region.
Honorable Chairman, My name is Dr. Belinda Yeboah Jamina, Director of Customer Services, ECG.
Honorable Chair, my name is Hashim Idris, so I'm Director Commercial from NEDCO.
Honorable Chair, my name is Ni Ayitego, Head of Legal NEDCO.
Thank you very much for coming. You have been cited in the report of the Auditor General for the COVID expenditure. Paragraph 260, Honorable Aziz will take it.
Thank you, Chairman. The infraction has to do with the President's address to the nation of 9 April 2020 indicated that as part of the measures to mitigate the effects of the pandemic on the social and economic life of the country, government will fully absorb electricity bills for all lifeline consumers from April 2020 to March 2021. It is indicated here that Finance Ministry was able to release money for this payment from government. But the challenge the auditors realized was that there was not a policy guideline as to how this issue can be implemented. I want to find out, does the ministry now put up a policy guideline in case we have a situation of this nature?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We've taken note of it, and the ministry is working to put together a policy guideline for subsequent situations.
Chairman, thank you. I yield to you. Yes, I'm done. The issue was a policy guideline. There wasn't any policy guideline. Oh, look, check 264. We, however, noted that these directives were not followed up with clear policy guidelines on the implementation. The lack of the clear policy guideline led to different interpretations by the companies. Yes, so...
All right, I'll take up from where you left off.
Thank you.
So I'll go to the next paragraph.
Okay.
Paragraph 265.
Yes.
As at the time of the validation, reconciliation had been conducted by the power distributors with the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Energy. And there was an outstanding payment of 591,876,182.29 Ghana cedis, which was yet to be paid. The details are shown in the table below. So if you take ECG, there's an outstanding balance of 562,412,980. Has the Ministry of Finance been able to settle this outstanding balance for ECG?
And I'll have the officials from ECG answer that question.
Honorable Chair, out of this amount, the Ministry of Finance has paid 657,874. Sorry. The difference, Honorable Chair, the difference has not been paid. Thank you.
So the ministry is still owing the 562.4 million.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Okay. Now, VRA. VRA, your amount was 156.5 million, but the government paid 146. The amount was 156, government paid 146. There's a balance of 10 million. Has that been paid? VRA.
I'll have the VRA officer answer that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That hasn't been paid, Mr. Chairman.
It hasn't been paid?
It hasn't been paid. It's
Okay.
outstanding.
Let's go to NETCO. NETCO, your balance is 19.463 million. Has it been paid?
Mr. Chairman, not yet.
All right. Can we have Minister of Finance people here? Clerk, kindly swear them in. I want to put the question to them when they are going to pay the power producers. Minister of Finance.
I, Stella Dede Williams,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
Touching the matter in issue.
Touching the matter in issue.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Clerk, kindly get a chair for the Minister of Finance. All right, Ranking, you have a question before I come to the ministry officials.
Why that? Yeah, my question actually goes to the auditor. If you look at paragraph 266, the auditors are saying that they were not able to certify the amounts calculated by ECG. In other words, they are not able to certify whether the amounts calculated for government to pay is correct. The auditors have stated that. Chairman, then my view is that the balances we are talking about has been thrown into dispute. So if we can ask ECG to, I don't know who is...
Mr. Chairman. Yeah, Mr. Chairman, the figure 562,412,980 is actually correct. What is happening is this, the president was very clear within the period that we should apply the COVID relief. And the nature of billing is such that the customer consumes within that period, you read and you bill the customer. These were customers mostly, they constituted 18.7%, the disparity constituted 18.7% of our customers. Their meters could not be read at the time because they were government of Ghana projects, SHEP, self-help electrification projects. So their meters were read after the period. And Mr. Chairman, we needed to bill those customers. And the moment you do the billing of those customers, it comes back to
there are certain areas where you don't have meters. There are certain areas where you are giving them estimated bills. Am I not right?
Mr. Chairman, you are right.
Yes. And there are areas that your bills are not read for some months. So I think it would be good if you can really sit down with the auditors and look at all these things so that the amount that is owed, you could be shortchanging yourself overcharging government. So look at it again. So long as they are not satisfied, we are unable to, are able to make any strong recommendation for you to be paid, given all these issues that we have on the ground. Thank you,
Mr. Chairman, advice well taken. We'll look at that and meet with the auditors.
Chairman, thank you. I was going to ask the same question that Rankin asked, because the figure in question is being disputed by the auditors, and I don't think it is fair to ask government to pay until you do the reconciliation and come out with an accurate figure that is satisfied by the auditors and yourself. Your billing and all others, that doesn't fall under our domain. You have to sit down with the auditors. Any explanation that you give here, I don't think will be okay unless the auditors satisfy the amount. Thank you, Chairman.
Auditors, can you help me understand what you put on paragraph 265? Paragraph 265. As at the time of the validation, reconciliations had been conducted by the power distributors with the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Energy, and there was an outstanding payment of 591 which was yet to be paid. What is the meaning of that? They have done the reconciliation, and they have both agreed, or three of them have agreed. So why are you coming up with the paragraph 266?
Chair, yes, Ministry of Finance made some payment records to be sure that whatever they are paying is what they're supposed to pay. And that is why we have this situation. Thank you.
But the Ministry of Finance itself, together with the Ministry of Energy and the power distributors, have sat down and reconciled themselves and agreed on this amount to be paid. What again are they asking you to do?
Chair, as it happened, when we went in, we had differences. And that's why we have thrown this.
91.8 million Ghana cedis. When are you going to pay them this money?
Good morning, Honorable Chairman. Good morning, members of the committee, honorable members of the committee.
Please, kindly introduce yourself again.
Okay, sorry. Good morning. My name is Stella Williams. I'm the Coordinating Director at the Ministry of Finance. Thank you. The Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Energy have been in the process of reconciling some of these payments. And I understand that there's a committee which is looking at, all the outstanding payments from the energy sector. And so there's still reconciliation going on. So for this specific payment, I'm not in a position to say when it will be paid, but there's an ongoing reconciliation exercise, not just for these COVID funds, but other funds that are owed. So we will like to come back on this if it's agreeable to the chairman for the specific timing for the payment of this amount.
So if the reconciliation that you talk about,
No, we don't have money under the covered fund to pay. We'll pay from budgetary resources.
You pay from budgetary resources, okay.
Thank you.
Chairman, I have two quick follow-ups. One, the auditors noted in their reports that they had agreed with you. So from your answer, it means there was no agreement, especially when there is reconciliation still ongoing. So no, so it's not meant for. So auditors, how did you arrive at the conclusion that there was an agreement?
No, it was these auditors arrived at that conclusion.
Yes, so he's director at auditors.
Yes.
Auditors.
Our existing budget.
From existing budget.
Yes, if we have to pay.
Now that bothers me because you see, this is so. This audit is exactly 2 years old, and from the audit, the sources of funding for mitigating the COVID pandemic have all been captured by the auditors, and these funds have all come in, and they've all been utilized for the period. Or we raised, actually, according to the records, we raised 21.844 billion. I hear from you that the funds are set aside to pay them. So once you agreed on how much to pay, you just dip your hand in that account and pay. I use the terms liberally because I don't want to. I panicked when you said you have to pay them from your budgetary allocations, which will be going forward. Meanwhile, we are told that all the expenditures as captured by the auditors and established were incurred based from funds expended from this amount of money. Do you understand my concern?
Please, my name is Ya Asanto Asante, the Group Head for Budget Monitoring and Reporting under the Budget Division. So, in relation to what my coordinating director was explaining, the programming of the funds were done through
We'll find a time and go with you. Right. But that's what we are doing a live. Okay. This is your text if you want. You can let it that's it. Sure. On the screen. Sure. Put your name check. Right. So that if you do this one. Because we'll be here, then you resume it. It will be fine. Yeah, hello. Yeah. Yes.
Press.